Hello and welcome back to Mark's Garden UK. I'm Mark and this is my Hydrangea Annabelle. I've got 3 of these in pots at the front of the cottage, and as you can see from this one, it's gone a little bit droopy and willowy. And I do remember last year when these produced all these beautiful flowers, I came home one day and the wind had blown them all over and broken a lot of them off. So this year I'm going to give them some extra support, and in this video I'm going to show you how I'm going to give them that support. I've got my hat on today because it's absolutely boiling hot, and that's one of the reasons these Annabelle are drooping a little bit, because they're in pots and it's very difficult for them to stay hydrated in this hot weather. They've got such a lot of leaf surface and they'll be transpiring moisture, so even though I'm watering these on a daily basis, a lot of that water will be coming out into the atmosphere, and it's the water in the stems, in the cells, that create the upright habit in most plants. It's called, I think it's called turgor pressure. From my O-level biology, the cells become turgid, which means they're swollen, and that causes them to stand upright. And these have lost that turgidity because they've become a little bit dehydrated. And so I'm going to stake them up and give them support, which will help them maintain that upright habit, but it will also protect them from the wind, which comes over from over here on my right, and it will also make them look slightly better. Now I'm doing this with some homemade canes, which I've taken from the base of my apple trees. These started sprouting out from the base of my apple trees, and they're lovely and long and straight, and they've got quite a bit of strength in them, but they've also got some flexibility when I'm working with them. You could also do this with hazel or willow, but bear in mind, if you shove hazel and willow in the soil, they can root. And in fact, I went to a lovely garden in Torquay a couple of weeks ago, and they've got these lovely willow arches, and really it's just sticks shoved in the ground and woven together. I'll put some footage up, but today I'm just going to focus on staking these. Now, I've already prepared these, but there is a little hack video on my channel about how to do this, but it really doesn't need a lot of explanation. It's not rocket science. I've just cut the straight ones from the base of the apple tree and took all the excess foliage off using my loppers and my secateurs, and both those products, there are links below this video. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to put 4 of these stakes in the pot, so diagonally opposite each other, pointing outwards, leaning outwards slightly, because I'm going to, that will give me a little bit of tension when I put the string on. So I'll just demonstrate now what I'm going to do. So down the side of the pot here, following the edge of the pot down, as far down as I possibly can get it, and you can see that leaning outwards to the side, and I'm going to do that on 4 sides in this pot using 4 of those stakes. So there's one. Very, very carefully, without damaging the hydrangea branches, push another one down on this side opposite to that one, and then we'll have one over here at your front towards you, and again it's leaning outwards. Don't put them in vertically at this point, because they will end up vertical, and those are going down deep underneath the root of the hydrangea. I don't know about you, but I'm finding it absolutely sweltering hot in these conditions. It's definitely hat and sunscreen weather. Now, I've now got 4 of these homemade apple tree canes in place underneath this hydrangea. Now, looks a bit like Sputnik, you know, that space thing that went off into the atmosphere when I was a child. Anyway, listen, next thing, some string and a pair of scissors. This is twine, natural garden twine. Now the first thing I'm going to do is right up here at the top, and don't worry, they're not going to stay this tall, they'll be cut down in a minute. I'm just going to tie in the twine around the top of one of these, way above the top of the plant, and I'm going to leave a good tail on the knot, a good tail of string there on that knot. The next thing I'm going to do is approximate how much string I'll need to go all the way around, and then cut a length off. Now the next thing to do is, without removing any of my beautiful hydrangea flower heads, as this twine has got caught up, is just gently go round, twisting it round at the top, And this is where we start to draw the supports in towards the centre of the plant. And I'm putting it round each one of these now. The benefit of cutting a piece off is it's supposed to make it slightly easier, because you're not fumbling around with a ball of twine, but I seem to have done just the opposite and made it look twice as difficult because I've got far too long a piece. Anyway, let's start again. I've tied it to that one. I'll twist it round this one, and I shall twist it round this one, as you can see, and that's bringing those supports in towards the centre. I seem to have got a grip of it now. And then that one is round there. Just now, this will be removed. This is not a permanent feature. This is going to be removed in a moment, but just for now we're just using this just to bring those supports in a little bit. And now that long tail which I left at the end of this piece of string at the top, I will now use to tie this in here together. So you can see now that that is drawing those lovely supports in together towards the centre of the plant. The next thing I need to do is repeat that further down, and at the same time gently lifting the plant up inside. So I'll find my scissors, which I've dropped on the floor around here somewhere. There they are. I'll remove this excess, and then starting from at the bottom, again tie in, leave a long tail, because you'll be going all the way around the outside again, and then the same process gently around each of these supports. Twist it round once, take it to the next one, and then soon enough, and again, as you go round, gently lift the hydrangea branches up inside the string so that they are now supported. And as they grow and fill out, it will hide the string and it will hide the canes. The canes actually look very natural anyway, as they are, and I'm just keeping those nice and tight, drawing the branches of the hydrangea in behind the string as I go. And as you can see, that is now providing that plant with lovely support. And here's that string, that tail which I left, which I'm now going to use to do a simple knot. And I can use this support now to support this hydrangea as it grows. And what I'm also going to do now is put another string slightly higher up. You can see that's supporting a lot of it. I'm going to put another one slightly higher up, and then it can grow through and out. And then the last thing I'll do is I'll cut the top off. Now, I could have gone ahead and bought plant supports off Amazon, but they were about £17 each, and they weren't high enough. They only came down here, and really this plant needs that support up here where the weight is, where these beautiful lime green flower heads are starting to bloom. So let's get the final piece of string in. Now, I'm just going to sort of gently reorganise these a little bit and make it slightly more aesthetically pleasing. They'll find the light. That's how plants work. Now, this is the bit that will make a difference. We'll just chop the tops off these canes so that you can't see them. And as they disappear, we'll be left with a lovely, nicely supported Hydrangea Annabelle plant. And we'll gently lift those out, and all will be revealed. Ta-da! Now these are along this wall here. I've got 3 of them to do. You could do this if you haven't got access to an apple tree or a hazel tree or a willow tree. You could use canes for this. I've done this one with canes just to practice on earlier, but I'm going to replace those canes with my apple twigs. I'm also going to do the same with these lilies which we've bought, because they might need some support on a smaller scale. I've also got some sunflowers in the garden which are reaching the stage now where they're going to need some support in the wind. But these 3 Hydrangea Annabelle, which are those beautiful lime green white Annabelles, are in this area here, which is my white garden. Last year I had beautiful blue agapanthus in this garden, but myself and so many other gardeners, as I'm aware of, tragically lost so many of their hydrangeas. So I've replaced our hydrangeas now. I keep saying hydrangeas. I've replaced our agapanthus now with white agapanthus, white hydrangea annabelles, some more white agapanthus here, and these, if I can see where I've put them, the piece de resistance, these are white lilies. So this will be a theatre of whites here at the front. We've also got Safina in the urn, which is going to tumble down with these beautiful white blooms. Anyway, I digress slightly. I'm absolutely boiling hot, sweating cobwebs, you can probably see. I'm going to go inside and edit this video and post it later. The sooner I get in the shade, the better. And again, don't forget, you can buy these through my Amazon link on my website, and there's a link below this video. You can also buy the secateurs, and they do get a small commission, and it helps with projects in the garden. And so your support is greatly appreciated, and thank you everyone, because hundreds of you have already done this. I've already done so thank you to you that have already used those links and supported me by doing your shopping through Amazon. I'll see you soon for some more hot weather Hydrangea Annabelle support adventures. Bye for now.